Have you ever noticed your cat squeezing their entire body against you specifically when you're struggling the most? Not when you're happy, not when you're in the mood to play. When you're sick, when you're exhausted, when something is genuinely wrong, they don't. And here's what nobody tells you. Your cat isn't just keeping you company. There's actual science behind what they're doing, and once you understand it, you'll never look at those moments the same way again. These aren't random comfort behaviors. They're targeted, they're deliberate, and some of them are working on your body whether you realize it or not. Sign 1. They park themselves on the exact spot that hurts. Ever notice that your cat doesn't just sit near you when you're not feeling well? They sit on you. Specifically on you. And somehow, it's always the knee that's been aching, the chest you've been rubbing, the leg you pulled. Here's what most owners don't realize. A cat's purr operates between 25 and 150 hertz. That isn't just a comforting sound. Those are the same frequencies used in clinical settings to promote bone healing, reduce joint inflammation, and repair damaged tissue. Research shows that the 25 to 50 hertz range specifically is ideal for bone density and fracture recovery. Your cat's purr hits that range naturally. When they press their body against yours and hold that vibration against your skin, that's not cuddling. That's vibrational therapy, and your body is absorbing every bit of it. Sign 2. They purr harder when you're in pain. You've probably felt this. Your cat is purring at baseline, soft and easy. Then something shifts. You start hurting more, you start crying, and suddenly their purr deepens into something that you feel in your chest. Cats can modulate both the frequency and the intensity of their purr based on what's happening around them. When their owners are in distress, cats have been observed sustaining louder, longer purring sessions, sometimes through the entire night. Maintaining intensified purring is an energy expenditure. They're choosing to do it. And the low-frequency vibrations they produce during those sessions. Studies show they trigger the release of oxytocin in the humans nearby. That's the same hormone that reduces cortisol and lowers blood pressure. Your cat is literally adjusting their output to match what you need. Sign 3. They slow blink at you during your worst moments. Here's something most owners completely miss. Your cat gives you slow blinks all the time, but when do they do it the most? Pay attention. It tends to happen when you're sitting quietly on the couch after a hard day, when you're lying in bed sick and staring at the ceiling, when you haven't spoken in a while and something is clearly off. A 2020 study from the University of Sussex found that slow blinking directly changes how a cat feels about the person in front of them. It lowers stress responses on both sides. Your cat is trying to reset the emotional environment. They see you struggling and they're sending you the clearest signal they have. I'm here. You're safe. Nothing bad is happening right now. Sign 4. They stay close without demanding anything. Now think about this one carefully. When you're sick or grieving, your cat doesn't usually jump on you, meow for attention, or knock things off shelves. They just exist near you. They sit at the foot of the bed. They follow you from room to room without a sound. But here's the thing. Cats don't stay close out of boredom. In the wild, proximity is trust, and trust is reserved for family. A cat choosing to remain within your orbit when nothing is being offered, no food, no play, no interaction, is making a statement. Researchers studying feline attachment found that cats form bonds with their owners similar to the caregiver bonds seen in infants. When your cat shadows you silently through a terrible week, they're not being clingy. They're keeping watch. Sign 5. They need you more during recovery. If you've ever had a serious injury or a long illness and noticed your cat suddenly needing your blanket or your leg for extended periods, you're not imagining a pattern. Kneading releases scent from the glands in a cat's paws, which marks you as safe, as theirs, as part of their family group. But here's what most owners don't realize: that rhythmic pressing motion also creates sustained contact that transfers their purr vibration directly through the surface between you. The longer they need, the longer the frequency exposure. Studies suggest that even 10 minutes of contact with a purring cat is enough to measurably reduce heart rate and blood pressure. Your cat doesn't know those numbers, but something in them recognizes when you've shifted and responds with sustained contact that pushes you back toward calm. Sign 6. They respond to your emotional state before you've said a word. Ever had one of those days where you walk through the door and before you've even put your bag down, your cat is already circling your legs or staring up at you with that particular look? But they knew. When you're stressed, your movements change, your breathing pattern changes, your scent changes. Your cat picks up on every single one of those signals. They don't know the details of what happened. And the cats that are most bonded to their owners, the ones who've spent years syncing their sleep cycles and daily rhythms to yours, they respond to that shift the fastest. Sign 7. They sleep on your chest more when your breathing is off. This one tends to go unnoticed. But if you've ever had a cold, a bad anxiety night, or a respiratory issue, think about where your cat chose to sleep. Many owners with chronic breathing issues report their cats resting specifically on their chests during the worst periods. Cat purring at higher frequencies, particularly around 100 Hz, has been linked in studies to reduced breathing difficulty and faster post-surgical recovery in respiratory patients. Your cat resting their full weight on your chest and purring continuously while you sleep isn't random comfort. The vibration is working on the tissue directly beneath them. Sign 8. They groom you more when you're recovering. The slow, deliberate kind, the kind that a mother cat uses on a kitten. When your cat grooms your hand or your hair during a recovery period, they're doing several things simultaneously. They're releasing endorphins in their own brain. They're depositing their scent onto you, which chemically signals safety to both of you. And they're performing a maternal care ritual that is biologically tied to healing and protection in feline society. Allo-grooming, which is the term for cats grooming members of their social group, releases oxytocin in both animals involved. When your cat does this to you, you're included in that loop. If you've been pulling away thinking it's just a quirky habit, you're rejecting something they're offering with real intention behind it.